The 1990s were a special time in football, bringing us some of the most unforgettable players in history. From skillful dribblers to rock-solid defenders, these stars left a lasting impact on the game we love. In this video, we'll count down the top 10 best football players of the 90s. Curious to see who made the list and why they're so legendary? Let's dive in. At number 10, we have the enigmatic Frenchman, Eric Cantona. Known for his charisma both on and off the pitch, Cantona was instrumental in Manchester United's dominance in the Premier League during the early 90s. His vision, technique, and leadership transformed United into a powerhouse, ending their 26-year wait for a league title in 1993. Cantona's flair for the unexpected made him a fan favorite. Whether it was a sublime chip against Sunderland or a decisive volley in a crucial match, he had a knack for producing moments of magic. His influence extended beyond goals and assists. He elevated the performances of those around him, mentoring younger players and setting high standards for professionalism. Despite controversies, including a notorious kung fu kick on a Crystal Palace fan, Cantona's legacy remains untarnished. He retired unexpectedly in 1997, but his impact on English football and his role in establishing Manchester United's legacy under Sir Alex Ferguson are undeniable. Coming in at number 9 is Brazil's prolific striker, Romario. A master of the penalty box, Romario's uncanny ability to find the back of the net made him one of the most feared forwards of his generation. His low center of gravity and exceptional ball control allowed him to weave through defenses with ease. In 1994, Romario led Brazil to World Cup glory in the United States, earning the FIFA World Player of the Year award. His partnership with Bebeto was instrumental, and his 5 goals in the tournament showcased his clinical finishing. At club level, his stint with Barcelona under Johan Cruyff's Dream Team further cemented his status as a world-class striker. Romario's career spanned across continents, playing in Brazil, Europe, the Middle East, and even Australia. His goal-scoring records are staggering, with claims of over 1,000 career goals. While the accuracy of that number is debated, there's no doubt about his influence and success during the 90s. Before we move on to our next football legend, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Football Saga for more deep dives into the beautiful game's greatest moments and players. At number 8 is the non-flying Dutchman, Dennis Bergkamp. Renowned for his exquisite technique and football intelligence, Bergkamp brought a touch of elegance to the English Premier League with Arsenal. His arrival in 1995 marked the beginning of a new era for the Gunners under Arsene Wenger. Bergkamp's ability to read the game and execute intricate plays made him a linchpin in Arsenal's attack. His memorable goals, like the pirouette and finish against Newcastle United, are etched in football folklore. He was not just a scorer, but a creator, linking up play and providing countless assists for teammates. Internationally, Bergkamp was a key figure for the Netherlands, helping them reach the semi-finals of the 1998 World Cup. His stunning last-minute goal against Argentina showcased his exceptional first touch and composure under pressure. Bergkamp's artistry on the field left an enduring legacy that inspired a generation of footballers. 7th on our list is Argentina's legendary striker Gabriel Batistuta, affectionately known as Batigol. Batistuta was the epitome of a traditional number 9, combining power, precision, and an uncanny instinct for goal. He spent the prime of his career at Fiorentina, becoming the club's all-time leading scorer. Despite playing for a team that wasn't among Italy's elite, Batistuta's goal-scoring prowess was unmatched. His loyalty to Fiorentina endeared him to fans, and his performances kept the club competitive in Serie A. In 1994 and 1998, he represented Argentina at the World Cup, scoring goals in both tournaments and demonstrating his value on the international stage. A move to AS Roma in 2000 finally earned him the Serie A title, a testament to his enduring quality. Batistuta's thunderous strikes and consistent performances throughout the 90s make him one of the greatest forwards of his era. At number 6, we honor Marco van Basten, whose brilliance was tragically cut short by injury. Before his premature retirement, Van Basten was considered one of the most complete strikers in football history. His time with AC Milan in the late 80s and early 90s was filled with trophies and individual accolades. Van Basten was a 3-time Ballon d'Or winner, capturing the award in 1988, 1989, and 1992. His technical skills, aerial ability, and tactical awareness made him a nightmare for defenders. He played a pivotal role in the Netherlands' victory at the 1988 European Championship, scoring one of the most iconic goals in the final, a volley from a tight angle against the Soviet Union. Injuries plagued Van Basten's career, forcing him to retire at just 28. Despite his shortened career, his impact on the game during the early 90s remains profound, and he is often cited as an inspiration by many of today's top strikers. While we celebrate the outfield maestros, it's essential to acknowledge the guardians between the posts. Peter Schmeichel and José Luis Chilavert were the standout goalkeepers of the 90s. Schmeichel's imposing presence and reflex saves were crucial to Manchester United's success, including their famous 1999 treble. Chilavert, on the other hand, was not just a shot stopper but a goal scorer. The Paraguayan keeper was renowned for taking free kicks and penalties, scoring multiple goals throughout his career. a rarity for a goalkeeper. Both set new standards for their position and left an indelible mark on football history. Entering the top 5, we have Italy's divine ponytail, Roberto Baggio. Baggio was the embodiment of Italian flair and creativity. His dribbling skills, vision, and free kick mastery made him a joy to watch. He played for several top Italian clubs, including Juventus, AC Milan, and Inter Milan, achieving success wherever he went. Baggio's most memorable moment came during the 1994 World Cup, where he almost single-handedly led Italy to the final. His performances included clutch goals in knockout matches, displaying his ability to shine on the biggest stages. Unfortunately, his missed penalty in the final shootout against Brazil is often remembered, but it doesn't overshadow his overall contribution. Despite injuries and setbacks, Baggio remained a top performer throughout the decade. His humility and dedication endeared him to fans worldwide, and he remains one of Italy's most beloved football figures. At number 4 is Germany's midfield general, Lothar Matthäus. A versatile player capable of operating as a sweeper or midfielder, Matthäus was known for his leadership, stamina, and powerful shooting. He holds the record for the most World Cup matches played and was a driving force in Germany's 1990 World Cup triumph. Matthäus's club career was equally impressive, particularly with Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. He won multiple Bundesliga titles and was instrumental in Inter's 1989 Serie A victory. In 1990, he was awarded the Ballon d'Or, recognizing his outstanding performances. Even as he approached his late 30s, Matthäus maintained a high level of play, adapting his game to remain effective. His professionalism and football intelligence set a standard for future generations. Who was your favorite player from the 90s? Let us know in the comments below. Taking the third spot is the epitome of defensive excellence, Paolo Maldini. A one-club man, Maldini spent his entire career with AC Milan, becoming a symbol of loyalty and consistency. His tenure spanned over 2 decades, but the 90s were arguably his peak years. Maldini's positional sense, tackling ability, and composure under pressure made him arguably the greatest defender of all time. He won multiple Serie A titles and Champions League trophies, anchoring a Milan defense that was nearly impenetrable. His partnership with fellow defenders like Franco Baresi and later Alessandro Nesta formed the backbone of both club and country. Internationally, Maldini earned over 100 caps for Italy, participating in 4 World Cups and 3 European Championships. While silverware with the national team eluded him, his performances were consistently world-class. Maldini's professionalism and dedication to fitness allowed him to play at the highest level well into his late 30s. Our runner-up is none other than Ronaldo, often referred to as Phenomenon. Ronaldo's explosive pace, exceptional dribbling, and clinical finishing made him one of the most exciting talents football has ever seen. In the 90s, he burst onto the scene with Cruzeiro and quickly moved to Europe, dazzling fans at PSV Eindhoven, Barcelona, and Inter Milan. At Barcelona during the 1996-97 season, Ronaldo scored an astonishing 47 goals in 49 games, earning the FIFA World Player of the Year award at just 20 years old. His transfer to Inter Milan saw him continue his remarkable form, terrorizing defenses in Serie A with his speed and skill. Ronaldo's international career with Brazil was equally impressive. He played a crucial role in Brazil's journey to the 1998 World Cup final, and although they fell short, his performances solidified his status as the world's best. Injuries hampered his career towards the end of the decade, but his impact during those peak years was nothing short of phenomenal. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, let's acknowledge some exceptional talents who also lit up the 90s. George Weah. The Liberian striker was the first African player to win the Ballon d'Or, excelling at AC Milan with his powerful runs and goal-scoring ability. Clarence Seedorf, a dynamic midfielder who won Champions League titles with 3 different clubs, showcasing versatility and technical skill. Ronald Koeman, known for his thunderous free kicks and defensive prowess, Koeman was pivotal in Barcelona's Dream Team era. Ryan Giggs, a key figure in Manchester United's dominance, Giggs's pace and creativity down the left flank were instrumental in their success. Alan Shearer, the Premier League's all-time top scorer. Shearer's strength and finishing made him a legend at Blackburn Rovers and Newcastle United. Hristo Stoichkov, the Bulgarian forward, was renowned for his explosive pace and powerful left foot. In 1994, he led Bulgaria to a surprising semi-final finish at the World Cup and was awarded the Ballon d'Or for his outstanding performances. Lilian Thuram, an outstanding defender for France and Parma, Thuram's versatility allowed him to excel as both a right-back and center-back. Gianluca Pagliuca, one of Italy's finest goalkeepers, Pagliuca was known for his agility and consistency between the sticks. Rivaldo, the Brazilian playmaker, combined flair with an eye for goal, shining at Barcelona with his spectacular strikes and assists. And finally, at number 1, we have the incomparable Zinedine Zidane. The French maestro epitomized elegance and grace on the football field. His impeccable ball control, vision, and ability to perform in clutch moments set him apart from his peers. Zidane rose to prominence with Bordeaux before moving to Juventus, where he won Serie A titles and reached Champions League finals. However, it was his performance in the 1998 World Cup that cemented his legacy. Scoring 2 goals in the final against Brazil, Zidane led France to their first ever World Cup triumph, becoming a national hero. In 2001, he transferred to Real Madrid for a world record fee, where he continued to dazzle. His iconic volley in the 2002 Champions League final is still regarded as one of the greatest goals in the competition's history. Zidane's ability to control the tempo of a game and deliver when it mattered most makes him our top footballer of the 90s. The 1990s gifted us with football legends whose legacies continue to influence the game today. These players not only entertained, but also inspired future generations with their skill, passion, and dedication.